I'm Amanda Tero.
I'm Anita Heath.
And we are
Chelsea-Michelle.
And you can get our free prequel novella. We'll have a download link in the description below. But today, we're actually going to read some of this for you.
Yes.
First chapter with us, and we're going to try reading our characters.
Yes.
It's from Michelle's point of view. So Anita authors Michelle, and so she will be narrating, and I will speak for Chelsea.
She will try to be narrating. Her blood sugar's down. She will not narrate well. She will not do well. This will be fun. All right, he's getting closer, I muttered, staring down at the new dot on the map.
Who is?
My sister asked, walking into the kitchen from behind me. I froze. Chelsea poured a glass of chocolate milk.
Michelle.
With a deep breath, I shoved the newspaper into her line of vision.
Not another one.
I tried to swallow past the lump in my throat. Yep. Lord be with her family. My heart yearned to say so much, but it too was clogged. Over my shoulder, Chelsea groaned. I closed my eyes and waited for her rebuke.
A map? You made a map of this man's killings?
I wanted to see if there was a pattern. Sounds logical to me. I turned to face her, staring back into a face identical to my own. She was getting ready for work, so she wore the cute striped blouse I ate to get my hands on and an understated knee-length pencil skirt.
What kind of pattern were you expecting to find?
I shrugged, staring back at the map. I don't know. It was just a hunch I wanted to trace out. There was an episode of Diagnosis Murder where the bomber was spelling his name across the town.
That's sick.
She took a long drink. So far, they have that in common. My eyes bounced from dot to dot, but there seemed to be no rhyme or reason for where the serial killer struck. His victims were all women. He had run off the road, but I couldn't dwell on the other known factors of what they had in common. We need to put trackers on our phones, I muttered under my breath.
What?
I angled away, reaching for a bagel to toast. Yeah, and buy some mace. I snapped my fingers, spinning around to Chelsea. And code words, we need code words. She stared blankly at me.
Michelle, we are not getting code words.
I want to bet. Why not? I split my bagel and dropped it into the toaster before leaning against the counter and crossing my arms. They could come in handy someday, you never know. She rolled her eyes.
1, because I refuse to live in fear. 2, I refuse to entertain you as you live in fear. And 3, I would know if something was off. Few people are as in sync as we are. She had to bring up the innate twin connection as her argument. I chewed the inside of my lip as the toaster popped. We can at least start with the trackers and the mace and discuss the code words later. Chelsea stared at me. I knew what was coming even before she opened her mouth and said, Psalm 37 says, do not fret because of evildoers. I racked my mind for the rest of the passage. It also says, trust in the Lord and do good. I made sure to emphasize that last part. Chelsea raised an eyebrow. It also says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret because of him who prospers in his way, who brings wicked schemes to pass. My mind scrambled. I was not going to let Chelsea win this argument. It wasn't right to turn a blind eye to wickedness. I grinned and paraphrased James 4:17. To know to do good and not do it is sin. Chelsea opened her mouth and closed her mouth. I grinned in triumph. Look, Chelsea said with a sigh. I'm not saying we shouldn't help to work against evil. I just don't think we need to insert ourselves when it isn't in our path. When in reality, the only thing we're doing is worrying, not actively helping. I waved my hand toward the counter. I have a map. I'm actively helping. Chelsea picked up her purse and keys and gave me an incredulous look. Do you even realize how that sounds? Like I'm brilliantly inserting myself? She rolled her eyes. And before you tell me that it's not my job, let me remind you that it is the job of every citizen to find him. They said, and I quote, if you know anything or see anything suspicious, please call. I pointed to the counter. I'm looking for suspicious patterns and trying to keep us from being victims in the process. She let out a sigh. You know that's not how it works. I'm going to be late for work. Bye. She started for the door. You can't be serious, see? You're really going to leave without giving me a goodbye hug? This could be the last time you see me, you know. That earned me another famous glare. The I'm older than you, please be sensible type glare I was always getting from her. I refuse to live in fear with you, Michelle. She opened the door. I yelled back, I refuse to live in denial with you, Chelsea. Ha! She shut the door. I scurried across the room, flung open the door, yelling for all the neighborhood to hear, I love you. She turned around, her face a pretty shade of red, and silent laughter bubbling out. I waved over my head at Miss Rhonda, our neighbor, who paused her weeding to wave a dirty garden-gloved hand back at us both. Morning, girls. Morning, Miss Rhonda, we said together.
Your roses are looking great, I said. Chelsea walked closer to her car. I kept an eye on her as I smiled back at Miss Rhonda. Did you not hear me, Chelsea?
I heard you,
She said.
I'm going to be late for work.
Not until you say it back. She pinched her lips together. I angled my chin in equal stubbornness. But time was on my side because Chelsea hated to be late. After only a moment's stare off, she caved.
I love you too.
What? I can't hear you.
I love you too.
See, was that so hard?
Some days it is.
Stuck my tongue out at her, which I do often. She laughed and got in her car. I went back inside, the trail of the serial killer mocking me from the kitchen counter. After spreading cream cheese on my bagel, I scooped up the paper and brought it with me to the table. The new victim was 24, which remained in the 20 to 35 range she seemed to favor. A chill ran down my spine. We were 26 and well within range. The article spelled out how beloved she was, as she had been to her community. She was saving up for a trip to France, but would never get the chance to take it. Tears burned behind my eyes. So much life was left for her to live, but he selfishly stole it from her. Too sick to finish my breakfast, I threw it away and took a shower. And now, if you haven't already read Hours We Regret, you can finish the story.
Finish it and
Enjoy.
yes.
Bye, y'all.
Not another one. Okay.
Are we still practicing? We ready?
All right, let's.
Yeah.
There are mild spoilers because
No spoilers. Chapter
spoilers?
1. It's chapter 1.
Just chapter 1.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
no spoilers. So
No
you're good to go.
spoilers.
You